Friends, I want to talk a little bit about the 5/8 beats that we have in the Arabic singing, whether it's a classical or just urban or folk music. We do have few songs done in 5/8. Most of the songs we know from that region are in 10/8 most of the time. Samai, Thaqil, Georgiana, a couple other combinations from the same kind. But the five, it's not as practiced. It might be more popular in Turkish music, Persian music, Central Asian music, but it shares the same aspects of the beat. So I'm going to demonstrate just the couple of Arabic, or three maybe, Arabic 5/8s. The first one is for a set for the موشح called في الروضة أنا شفت الجميل, and it's 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3, and you have the option or to play the dum 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3, or play just one dum in the beginning 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Well, you can also count the first one as 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. So but when we actually sing that moshah, we do it only with one dum in the beginning 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, and to basically demonstrate just one khana of that moshah في الروضة أنا شفت الجميل كالغصن يزهو في النسيم في الروضة أنا شفت الجميل. I can demonstrate it again with the dum in the middle, so how that feels. في الروضة أنا شفت الجميل كالغصن يزهو في النسيم. Okay, so as basic as that for the 5/8, and this one is called Thuraya. Okay, that's the name of the beat. The other beat that still in the moshahat genre, a bit faster, and this one is you can see it's a 1 2 3 1 2, and there's a dum on 4 5 and 4. So this one for moshah that became famous by Fairuz, it's called Hamilul Hawa Taibu. You know, okay, so the next level of that موشح would be حامل الهوى تعب يستخفه الطرب حامل الهوى تعب يستخفه الطرب إن بكى يحق له ليس ما به لعب تضحكين باكية تضحكين لاهية والمحب ينتحب حامل الهوى تعب يستخفه الطرب إن بكى يحق له ليس ما به لعب. You see, it's lovely, but sadly we don't have many pieces to these kind of beats, and I wish I'm a full-on composer. I can compose more, but whoever is interested and inspired, maybe you can see what you can compose in these kind of fairly slower 5s and 10s. You know, if you compare it with like a Persian 5/8, it would be like. I heard it a couple of times in different recordings. It goes this fast. The Arabic ones, again, as we said before, usually they don't really go over a certain speed. You know, everything is about the singing. That's the thing about Arabic music, that a lot of it is built around just the singing and taking your time with the singing and the long voices and things like that, and elevating into higher speeds, but just taking your time first on those slower beats. So that's the second 5. The third 5 that I myself was surprised to know that it's part of the tradition that I come from in southern Syria and the mountains. It's villagers, folk music. We don't have drums to, I mean, we don't use drums to play along with the music. So all singing just by the villagers, group singing, and they do lots of those the songs in different meters. And after studying the music, when I came here, well, first when I was in Syria, when I played it, I did not really play those beats as the way they are, like fives or sevens and things like that. Everything was played as either malfouf or ayoub or maqsoom or baladi. You know, those are the common beats, and it works because again, it becomes an even number at the end. But when I came here and started studying the music and understanding it, I found out like, oh, those songs, some of them are in 5/8, and I was happy to discover one of them, at least one of those, with a familiar melody that I knew the melody, but back then I didn't know it's in a 5/8, and it's also very slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I have to actually demonstrate this on the frame drum because in the village, anyways, they don't play that. So I'll just to give you an example of how the sound also changes. So. This is a basic thing, and when you start singing, ويا ابو السلك العراقي غلطت وخمنتك شوقي لما نضحك وتبسم اهتز العرش من فوقي يا ابو السلك العراقي غلطت وخمنتك شوقي لما نضحك وتبسم اهتز العرش من فوقي. Okay, and to further demonstrate that how those the village music doesn't kind of relate to these odd meters, they just do natural compositions, and they're accurate compositions. It's not arbitrary, really accurate on those beats. But for the public, nobody feels because of the lack of drums, because of no sound of drum, you can't see the beat, so you play it as a just regular circling cycle. So I'll just play it quickly with the malfouf beat. يا ابو السلك العراقي غلطت وخمنتك شوقي لما نضحك وتبسم اهتز العرش من فوقي يا ابو سلك العراقي. See, it lined up back again to the beat. غلطت وخمنتك شوقي لما نضحك وتبسم اهتز العرش من فوقي. So you see the idea? Cool. Okay, so that's about the third 5. We'll go back again to the one from the like city genre and classical genre. Also in the instrumental genre, we don't really also have many compositions in 5. I myself don't remember anybody did that, except for maybe like a TV preludes, you know, those music that they have before movies or before programs. They can use these beats as an artistic expression, you know, like this modern music, and they have sometimes it could be 6/8, could be 5/8. I for sure I was listening earlier to something in 5/8. So you see, it can be popular at that level of artistry and art music, not traditional music. So there's another thing we're also trying to approach that to how to bring the traditional music to put it in the art form so people can see it more. That's a very important aspect, especially for the native people, you know, to be able to reappreciate their music, but from this new light, from the artistic light. Okay, so I believe I covered the 5/8. The other 2 beats that I did, whether the folk one or the faster 5, really we don't have a standard name for them or an official name, but you can just go say an Arabic style of 5/8, and it mostly goes this way. If you search in Iraqi music, in Moroccan music, you would find similar patterns in 5s, but they have their own local names to them. So what I'm talking about is something between Syria and Egypt, but mostly Syria, those kind of beats. Okay, that's it. I guess I discovered this part. Okay, thank you very much.